Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a pretty big topic, the battle for your data, specifically when it comes to self-hosted cloud platforms. We're going to break down the three main players to help you figure out, who you should really trust.
It sounds like a simple question, right? But with all these free services from big tech, the answer gets really complicated. Every single photo you upload, every document you write, it's all just sitting on someone else's computer playing by their rules.
And that's the key, isn't it? So many of us are trying to get back what's called digital sovereignty by moving to self-hosted platforms. But here's the catch. Once you decide to take back the reins, you're hit with a whole new problem. Which tool do you actually pick? And that, right there, is where the real fight begins. Okay, so before we pit these platforms against each other, let's just make sure we're all on the same page about the fundamental problem they're trying to solve. It really all boils down to one thing: taking back control of your own stuff. I love this analogy. Think about it like this. Using a big tech service is like renting an apartment. You're in a massive building, the landlord can change the rules whenever they want, maybe even peek in. Self-hosting, that's like building your own house. You decide who gets a key, you decide what color to paint the walls, and most importantly, you own the land it's on. Complete control. And this image, this really nails the dream, doesn't it? The whole point is to create this one single secure home for everything: your files, your photos, your contacts, and have it all available on all your devices. But the crucial part? It's a digital home where you, and only you, hold the keys. All right, let's get into it. First up is the one you've probably heard of. It started as a humble community project and has just exploded into this open source giant, Nextcloud. To really get Nextcloud, you have to appreciate just how ambitious it is. This isn't just about replacing Dropbox. No way. It's aiming to replace the entire Google Workspace or Microsoft 365. We're talking about building your very own self-hosted digital office from the ground up. And its real strength is how it pulls everything together. It's not just file syncing. You get video calls with Talk, you get your calendars and contacts with Groupware, and you even get real-time collaborative document editing, just like Google Docs. And here's the best part. It's all 100% open source. No sneaky features locked away behind some enterprise paywall. But honestly, the real magic of Nextcloud is its app store. This is what turns it from just a file server into, anything you want it to be. You can add password managers, project management boards, music streaming apps. You're literally building a custom cloud that fits you like a glove. Okay, but Nextcloud is definitely not the only game in town. Its two biggest rivals actually grew from the same roots, but they took completely different forks in the road. And that's created this really clear split in philosophies. You got the all-in-one hub, the high-speed engine, and the security fortress. And that's really the main takeaway right here. They all handle files, sure, but their primary focus, their reason for being, worlds apart. OwnCloud is absolutely obsessed with speed, while FileCloud is all about lockdown security and corporate governance. So this was a massive deal for OwnCloud. They completely rebuilt their backend using the Go programming language. By doing that, they created this incredibly lightweight, blazingly fast system. Get this, it's so efficient it doesn't even need a database in the traditional sense. This makes it the perfect choice for anyone who needs to move huge files around. Think research labs with petabytes of data, or media companies syncing massive 4K video files. And then you have FileCloud, which takes a totally different approach. It's not open source, it's a commercial product built for businesses where a data breach isn't just embarrassing, it's a full-blown legal catastrophe. It's got things like a compliance center and even wild features like digital rights management that can literally stop someone from taking a screenshot of a sensitive document. Okay, so there you have it. The feature-packed collaborator, the raw speed demon, and the security specialist. So how in the world do you choose which one is right for you? Let's break it down. This chart really spells it all out, doesn't it? It shows you the core trade-offs. If you're looking for an all-in-one, totally open-source office suite, Nextcloud is a no-brainer. But if the only thing you care about is the raw speed of transferring massive files, OwnCloud's architecture is just built for that. And if you're in a heavily regulated industry and you need ironclad compliance tools, FileCloud was made for you. Let's put it even more simply. You go with Nextcloud when your mission is to de-Google your life or your business. You get one single open source home for your files, your chat, your documents, your calendars, the whole shebang. Then there's OwnCloud. You pick this when speed is the one thing you absolutely cannot compromise on. If you're a system admin and you just need a ridiculously fast and powerful file backend and you don't care about all the extra collaboration fluff, this is your answer. And last but not least, File Cloud. This is what you choose when the legal team or the compliance officer has the final say. When you have to prove you're compliant with standards like HIPAA or GDPR, File Cloud gives you the exact tools and reports you need to do it. But, and this is maybe the most important point of all, choosing the software is just step one. When you self-host, you are now in charge of security. You are the system administrator. That responsibility is on you. And trust me, this is not a trivial job. Just look at these examples from Nextcloud's own documentation. These are critical hardening steps you absolutely have to take. Things like making sure your data folders aren't accessible from the web, forcing all your traffic to be encrypted, setting up automated tools to block hackers. These aren't just suggestions. They are essential to actually protecting your server and your data. So, you see, this choice isn't just about picking the one with the best features. It's really a philosophical one. Nextcloud is all about that open source freedom and having a ton of options. OwnCloud is about pure, raw technical performance. And FileCloud is about top-down control and absolute compliance. The best one? It completely depends on which of those core values matters most to you. At the end of the day, taking back your digital sovereignty means you have to make an informed choice. You now have the lay of the land. You know the strengths, you know the weaknesses of each of these heavy hitters. So the only question left is, who are you going to trust with your data? And for the first time in a long time, that answer is completely in your hands.